All right, guys. So, yeah. So we're on the trail. Surprisingly, even after that half-inch of rain we got, it's fairly dry. It's not even sticking to the tires. I don't know about further up ahead there, but yeah. So we cut up this tree that was laying across the trail. Saw's it's not great, but it's a little bit better. The tip of the bar seems to do way better than the whole length of the bar, which it should not be that way. The whole bar should be able to cut. Sometimes you get it to cut okay, and then sometimes you can't. So I don't know, maybe it's just the wood, but I mean, there are a little bit bigger, I guess, chunks there than before. Last time there was just freaking powder. So, and this tree's been dead for a few years, so you think it would be easier to cut, but I don't know. So I'm not really sure what else to freaking do with that damn chain, because I'm sure that I've sharpened it plenty. I don't know. So, but the tree's cut up. Good enough for now. I don't know if I'll get around to cleaning it or not tonight. It's not like it needs to be done today, but I just wanted to get somewhere, get something done. So at least getting it cut up was a start. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I know that my uncle said that with his chain, he when he had gotten that aftermarket chain for his saw, he said even with it being brand new, it wouldn't cut worth a shit. So he had to loosen the shit out of it just to even get it to even try to cut. So I don't know if that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have them fairly snug. And I think I have mine. I mean, of course, with it getting hot, it's going to stretch. So, but I tighten it to what it should be when it's cool, and then that's it. I don't tighten it after it gets hot because because by the time the chain probably gets hot, I'm probably pretty much done cutting, So, I mean, yeah, there are, of course, now that's from the tip of the bar. When you use the tip of the bar, well, then it cuts pretty good. It ain't great, but I don't know. I just don't know what to do anymore. The only thing that you could, do is keep buying new chains, but that's going to get ridiculously expensive after a while. But then you can also take them back and have them professionally sharpened, but that's not convenient either. I would have to have 20 chains for 1 year. And then whenever I go to the cities, because I think that's the closest chainsaw sharpener place, and I'd have to give them my 20 chains, and they'd have to sharpen all of them, and then that's it. Because I know running it into the dirt will dull it, so I've been trying to not do that, but sometimes you just can't help it. So I do my damnedest. So, and unfortunately, I still lose that freaking battle. So I'm kind of just do the best that I can, but then other than that, just stop caring about it because it's going to happen. And they even said too that with trees, they're going to be kind of dirty anyway, just from debris and stuff flying around in the air, and it just happens to hit a tree, right? And it'll stick to the tree. So, but yeah. So, not sure. Of course, doing it one hand is not going to get you anywhere, but I hear a machine running. It'll be nice. Once we get it opened, I have been all the way. There was no more trees down. So I'm not going to worry about it. But I can actually hear two machines. Yeah. So that's kind of it, really. There it goes now. So unfortunately, well, it's a two-hander for that, but that's going to be kind of it. I may just come down here. If I don't get it done tonight, which I doubt, I will pick at it a little bit here and there. So, yeah. But other than that, that's kind of it. It didn't do great. It did okay, but not great. It should be way better than that. I don't really know what it would take to sharpen that chain properly. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you just got to use a hand file. It's way more accurate. Yeah, well, it's a pain in my ass. You're wore out, you know. And then even I've done that for many years, and it has never really improved. It's never gotten good enough to the point that, you know, you can say, oh, this is actually sharp. So I don't know. It'll be, I mean, I'm going to have to sharpen it again, I suppose, even after doing what I just did now. I probably should run it over again with the sharpener. I don't remember how, was it 10 seconds I think I went or something like that per tooth. I'll have to go back on my video, but maybe I'll have to up it to maybe 15 seconds or something, you know, just go a little bit at a time. Just kind of got to get a feel for it, I guess. And then if it seems like 15 to 20 seconds is the magic spot, well, then that's what we'll have to stick with. But other than that, there's really nothing you can do. Because I'm not going to take my chains in and have them professionally sharpened. I did that back in the day, kind of, when we were always going to the cities. I always had kind of a reason to, you know, to actually do it. So, but even then, it didn't last. They're never going to last. That's just how it goes. So there's really no sense of even taking it to somebody that knows what the hell they're doing, because it won't last. So, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. But I was hoping to get in here with the spring tooth harrow, and maybe I could try to rip this back up since there's no weeds here now. But fuck, it's not gonna happen because the A has broke down. So, but I don't know. What do you do though? You know. So I guess maybe next year if something else don't freaking break. So I just don't know what else to really do. Besides, you know, try to get the 15 back up and running, but that's not going to happen either. It's just, yeah. So, I don't know what the hell that is. Looks like a piece of bone or something. I don't know. But, yeah. Now would be the time to rip it up. It's nice and dry, and there's very little weeds here. Obviously, you can see that they're coming in now. But I know a spring tooth harrow is not designed to rip. It's just designed to turn the top layer over and to kind of just to fling it. You know, it's a harrow. It's what it really is. After looking around on the internet, So it's really just like an old school harrow. That's what it is. So I don't know. It's just kind of, it's just going to be, I guess, whatever the hell. So, but at least we got it cut up, and it didn't take me 15 years. Surprisingly, I still have half a tank of fuel for what I did. Normally, for that little bit that I would do, I'd have to burn through a whole tank. So it made a little bit of an improvement, but the saw, you never should have to force the saw. The saw, the weight of itself is what it is, all it needs to actually cut properly. So, and I have to, even when I'm using the tip of the bar, you still have to push it. But I don't know. So it's just annoying, but I guess, maybe I'll figure it out throughout the summer, because I'm doing it a new way now. There's that tree that we cut down a couple years ago, and I guess I thought I cut all the way through it, but I didn't, and I was trying to pull it out with the A. It was still hooked there. It's still hooked there now, even. Oh well, I'm not going to clean it. It can just rot away. So, but I don't know. So, I guess another thing I could do, if I really, really wanted to, I guess I could hook the John Deere to it. See if I could rip it with the John Deere. I don't think the John Deere's going to have enough. I mean, it will, but it's just more unnecessary wear and tear on the John Deere when the fucking A could be doing it. Oh yeah, I still got to walk this yet too, but she'll be a little difficult. I've seen something down here that caught my eye. It looks like it's just a pail, flower pot maybe, I don't know. Sometimes you'll find interesting stuff in here that's been in here for years. And I think there's two of them stuck together. I think they're just some kind of a pot for growing shit in. You can tell in here too. We've had a lot of storm damage, flood damage too. I think if you got in here with a Bobcat, you come right into here, you could clean out almost like this whole section, and it'd be like new. And then you could just keep pushing your way further in, because that would take me the rest of my life. But I suppose if you had a crew, a couple of guys in skid steers, I know one guy on YouTube, he lives up there in Canada. He's hiring somebody with a cat dozer to blaze, through his woods, because he's trying to clean it out. And then I think just more or less so the cows have more grass to eat throughout the summer months. And then I guess after a year or two, when then they'll start to grow back in again, they'll come back as like little bushes or whatever. So now he's got a brush hog for his Bobcat. He's just going right through it all, mowing it all down. I would love for that. I would love that here. Probably could start with a dozer, but something plastic. But that's what's nice about when all this crap is down. It really opens up the land, and you can see. You can look in here and be like, what can I do to make it better? We're never going to be able to reclaim all this. I mean, we don't want to anyway. We kind of need some woods. But I almost kind of wouldn't mind putting cattle back down here. But, you know, we got that big square field that they could gnaw on. This wouldn't last too long. It would last, I guess, a month, depending on how much you actually fenced off. But so yeah. I'm just trying. It looks like almost somebody was through here, but I think it's deer. It looked like there was 2 tracks here. But yeah, here, I really only see one. Because you know this one's that's definitely the deer. I mean, I was down here a long time ago with Big Red, but I just haven't been through here in such a long time because Big Red's not running very well. So another freaking another damn project that needs to get done. But it won't anytime soon. So got to get more cattle, I guess, and start selling more. But won't be any calves this year. Next year for sure. We just got to get our timing right with the breeding bull so he can do his thing. Yeah, it still almost looks like somebody's been through here with a machine, but I don't think so. Yeah, because you can see, I see more deer prints than I do wheeler tracks of any kind. So yeah, this is probably just old from when I used to go through here. So but what are you going to do, right? So now we're back at this side again, the north end. This is obviously where we've been taking dirt out of. Haven't done it for a couple of years. Yeah, you can just see it's a deer track. Another tree came down. This all was open. It's all getting closed off now. That's where a brush hog would come into play, especially on a bobcat. So, not that we're doing anything with it, but it's just the fact that, you know, one day we could. So, but I guess until then, there's nothing we can do about it. So, that'll just be it's just the way it's going to be. So, yeah. Big old mess in there, and there's a ditch in there. Obviously, it all connects together. So, but yeah, I wanted to rip this up too, but I got to have a tractor that's able to do that, and I can climb that hill. The 15A6 ain't doing it, even with freaking duals. Look at how that tree branch got stuck up there. I almost want to say that was from the flood, but I don't know if the flood ever got that high. Could have just fell out of the tree and right there, but who knows? Could be from the flood too, right? So, but yeah, would be nice to clean it. So, open it up, but it's not going to happen. So, but yeah. Other than that, I think that's going to be kind of it for tonight. I don't know. I might come back over here tomorrow, I guess. Around the same time. I don't know if I highly doubt I'll finish that tonight. No. I got a bee harassing me now. There must be a beehive somewhere over there. Ah, frick, ooh, hello. Yeah, that bee almost freaking got me. Fucking bitch. She almost got me. Whew. It's fucking crazy. I don't know where there would be a beehive up there. I don't see one. So there's got to be one in the fucking ground that I walked past. That's why that's why sometimes the cab is nice. I don't have to freaking worry about it. But fortunately I have to. So, but yeah. So the river is, well, it's down. It never even came up. So there goes a John Deere tractor. It's got a big giant air seeder. Oh yeah, it's a big old John Deere. So heading to North Dakota. I suppose they got land over there to farm too. So I don't know if we'll get out in the open in time for you guys to see it, but cars are coming. Yeah. I bet you there's probably like 2 more gonna come in the next couple of minutes. There's usually like 4 or 5 of those things that, you know, that are in an outfit together. So, because they do a lot of ground. Sometimes I wish we had more ground, but fucking prices of ground are ridiculous. I know that Laura Farms on YouTube there, I don't know if it was just her or if it was her and her husband. They bought some land together or whatever the fuck it is. I mean, it's quite a few hundred acres. I mean, it's probably in the thousands, but they, she said that at the payment that they're going to do a month, they said that they would end up being like 50 something years old by the time they're done paying off the land. I think it's just fucking ridiculous. Land should never cost that much. If anything, it should be cheaper than land in town, you know. So I'm sorry, but if I was going to buy land, I'm paying for it all up front, because why would you want to pay on land that's technically never going to make you money, because the money that you do make off of it, you got to turn around and put that right back into your freaking payments. It just, I mean, I guess in a way, yeah, it's good, because then your future kids will have the land to farm. They shouldn't have to buy any land. But I don't know. I don't see the sense in it. If you're going to buy it, I just pay it in full cash and be done with it. You know. But I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to be pretty much done with this for tonight. Come out here tomorrow and maybe pick at it a little, but I guess we're getting somewhere at least. So, but yeah, I just don't think it'll ever make any sense. Why pay on land that you're going to be paying on for the next 40 years or so of your life, and then the time you're done paying for it, you're only going to be farming it for another probably 10 to 20 years if you're lucky, and then you're going to be dead. So at least with this land, you know, it's land that we already own. Now, we did own some more, but then the great-grandparents sold that little bit to, well, the guy that was originally living there. The guy's not living there now, but the ex-mayor owns that property now. And he's been letting us put our cattle on there the last few years. I still have to ask him again this year. I'm just trying to get my timing right. So, to see if he's going to be okay with us putting cattle on his land again this year. But other than that, I don't know. So, but I would like to have that land back. You know, that the great-grandparents sold. They sold it because they needed the money, obviously, because they had medical bills and shit like that to pay for. So, but it sucks because that's a little bit of ground that we lost. And I kind of would like, if I had the money, I'd buy it back from him, but I don't think he'd ever be willing to sell. Not that he's ever going to do anything with it, so. But, whatever, he's the owner of it now, so what he does with it, it'll be up to him. Unless he decides to sell it to me, I guess, in the future. But, yeah. I guess other than that, that's that then, so. But, I guess that's kind of it. I think I'm going to head home. I don't really, I mean, I guess I could, wouldn't take me too long to pick away at this. But, I don't know. Got to catch my breath and not really cool off. I think it got like 79 today. That's what the phone said. So that's actually not too damn bad. So, I heard a fish jump. So, but yeah. I don't know. So I guess that's kind of it. I will head home, I guess. Maybe I'll pick up a few logs, send some here. I don't know. Pick up the easy ones, I guess. Save the hard big ones for last, I guess. But it's not going to get done tonight, I don't think. So, got tomorrow we can pick at it. I mean, we got 3 days that we can pick at it, you know, because of full sun. Other days it's going to be kind of cloudy. Not that the cloudiness matters. It's just, you know, it could rain. So, but I don't know. I guess it is what it is. So, but if we get this done, and then I already took those other 2 trees that I talked about. I know I made a video on the one out by the other field. And then that one that was down by the pond, I already got rid of that. Didn't have to cut them or nothing. I could just hook right up and went. So that's all done. So this is really the only tree left to mess with for this year. Unless another one comes down due to a storm. I mean, there are other like little small trees that I want to take down, but they're not priority right now. I mean, this isn't really in priority either. So, but if I can get it out of here, then it'll be one less thing to worry about for the year. Or until another tree, I guess, decides to come down and spoil it. So, but, yeah. I'll try to get out. I don't know. I really should get out, I guess tomorrow would be a good time to do it and make that other video for Thursday 6 there, that part 2 of walking through the woods. It's going to be kind of hard, I think, because there's a lot of crap down. But I guess we can just do our best. And then, yeah, they're not even supposed to be on their dike, but yet they're on there. It's kind of funny. Because they got a dike over there too, like we do, but they didn't want anybody on it anymore. They wanted to mow it like it was a lawn, which is what our town should be doing to ours, at least for that first half. But they didn't want anybody on their dike anymore because it was getting too tore up, I guess. But they are now. I don't know. I guess unless things changed, but things can change. So yeah, other than that, I guess that's kind of it. I'll just, I guess, pick away at this, and then whatever I don't do tonight, we'll get done tomorrow. So, but yeah, we're going to have to do something with the chain. I'm going to have to resharpen it anyway after, you know, hitting the dirt a couple times. I'll have to sharpen them. Well, I'll probably up at the 15 seconds, because I think it was 10 seconds before. Add another 5 to it. I don't know what else to really do to sharpen it, get it to be sharp. I think I'm doing everything right. I can't think of anything that I'm doing wrong. So I guess it's just trial by error, but I don't know. It's not really much you can do, I guess. So maybe I'll have to check out the drags again, or the rakers, whatever they call them, you know, the limiters that control how much of a bite you take. I gotta maybe relook at them again. Maybe I need to round them off a little more or something. I don't know. So something's got to change, I guess. But until then, I ain't gonna worry about it. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna take off. So I guess I have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.